Hello everyone, Cheecken here, one of the co-writers of Mega, and yeah, holy shit. So it has been 24 hours, and we already have almost 1,000 views. Like a bunch of people checked the documentary out, and I think that's something great. I think the message is slowly but surely spreading. I'm making this little message video like for two reasons, and one is a clarification on where Elwood and I stand, and like politically speaking, just to be very transparent, because we noticed that a lot of more left-leaning communist people have been watching the documentary, and the other part of the message is to talk about where to go from now. What's I want to keep doing with Mega Yeonmi North Korea as this current project, because this project in my books is not completely finished yet. Elwood and I are both we're basically non-partisan, non-parmesan cheese, whatever. We look at subjects and we determine based on basically, facts of the case, or ideology that we like, what parts of things are, good, and what parts are not that good. So, we are not communists. We're not Marxists, we're not Leninists. Yet we have covered this topic about North Korea and how the North Koreans are treated. So that should tell you already that we are rather open-minded. We are capable of looking at different subjects and report on things that we necessarily don't 100% agree with. Like, we are definitely not like the biggest pro-DPRK people ever. But we notice that there is a lot of misreporting going on, that there is a lot of fabrication surrounding the story of Yeonmi Park, and that is what we're reporting on. We see this as a truth. So while a lot of people, for instance, that make documentaries or like videos about North Korea would say, guys, don't get me wrong, they're still a terrible regime, I guess what our position is, we are not Juche, we are not communist, but we're fine with the DPRK. We're fine with it. I mean, if people want to live there, it's their fucking decision, it's not ours. So that's a clarification that I think I needed to make, just in case any of you get into my content based on a false premise. Because again, we're not communists. And I'm saying that not to distance myself from the topic, I'm saying that because it's the truth. And again, we love covering strange topics. That's what Mega is all about. And this is why we chose to go after this topic. The goal that I have is to enlighten people with this documentary about the lies that Yeonmi has brought forth, and also about the dishonest narrative about the DPRK. And I urge you, if you engage in conversation, which is always a big help, if you engage in conversation, don't bash people, don't insult them, don't blame them, like don't do anything that might make them go, man, this guy is an idiot, I don't want to talk to that guy. Because the way we can win people over to believe in something, or basically to look at this documentary, look at the facts at hand, and go like, actually, yeah, that's quite reasonable. We don't win them over by insulting them and blaming them for shit. So let's calm down. and when we spread this documentary around, whatever, let's try to be cool about it. When someone insults you, when someone says, I don't want to listen to this fat retard suck the DPRK stick, whatever, just say okay and move on. Don't get into it too deep. The plan is to plant a seed of doubt. And if the seed of doubt is planted, all they need to hear in the documentary, which this is why it's set up that way, that, you know, the beginning is very positive, but then, like, pro Yeonmi, but those are only the first 10 minutes, and then comes the first contradiction where she says, I left to North Korea with my father. People will then be like, oh, she said that. And that will stick in mind. So maybe they're gonna be followers of Yeonmi's in the future, but they're always gonna have this in the back of their minds, like, fuck, she did say that. That was a different story. But yeah, where my objective is now is to write a bunch of the bigger YouTubers like Joe Rogan, Laowai86, who is an anti-China grifter, so I think that he is not gonna be persuasible, but I'm gonna try. Then there's also a bunch of other people like Lex Friedman, a travel vlogger that I just saw a video of, Jordan B. Peterson, basically writing a bunch of people, like emails about this topic, linking the documentary, and also stating just in general, you're helping this person spread misinformation, you know? She has a story that is highly inconsistent and you should have pushed back. I also want to message Candace Owens and Dennis Prager. I know targets that are very hard to persuade, but this is where the thing gets really good. If they don't agree, and some of them like shed attention onto this subject, it's only better for the documentary, basically. So bad publicity is also good publicity. So if a bunch of people want to scream at me and Elwood, then they can. If they really want to, it only aids us. So spread the message, be the bigger person, don't get into heated arguments. If someone just says, I don't want to listen to this fat retard, then just say, okay. But yeah, that's my plan. If you want to help, it would be very appreciated.